2021. Let's do the online math tutoring stream for mathcelebrity.com. Kick it off with this problem. 9 less than twice x is twice y. So we've got twice x means we multiply x by 2. We can do the same thing. Y by 2. 9 less than twice x means we subtract 9 from 2x. 2x minus 9. The word is means equal to, so we set 2x minus 9 equal to 2y. We will replace this with the sign, and this is our final algebraic expression. Right. Let's do the next one since it is similar. Okay. 5 times the sum of 3 times a number and 5. The phrase number means an arbitrary variable. Let's call it x. If you haven't been on the stream before, you can, whenever you see the phrase a number, you can declare pretty much any variable a to z that you want, with the exception of e and I, because those are reserved numbers. Okay, 3 times a number means we multiply x by 3. 3x. Take this out piecewise. Means we subtract or add negative 5 to 3x. And finally, 5 times the sum means we multiply 3x minus 5 by 5. Because we're multiplying a term, we have to multiply, and we have to add the parentheses because 5 is multiplied by the entire term. And so that is our final algebraic expression. All right, moving on. B divided by 3d minus h equals 343 for B. In case you haven't figured it out, this is a literal equations problem. And so add h to each side to isolate the B term. We'll pull out the expression. We're going to add h to each side because whatever you do to the left, you got to do to the right. Cancel the h's on the left side. We get b divided by 3d equals this. Finally, cross multiply. Because this is a fraction and we've got the equal sign here, you multiply this denominator by this numerator, even though this is really a fraction like that. And so we can multiply. We've got b equal to 3d times this, and that is our final algebra or literal equation. So if you don't know, and I probably should put this here, a literal equation means we solve for one variable in terms of another variable or variables, in this case 2. That's how I knew right away looking at this that this was a literal equation problem. That's how we do that. And while we're on the literal equation tip, let's go ahead and jump into another one. This one's a little bit easier. There's less steps. So we've got P equal to L squared or I squared R. We'll just do, here, I'm going to do L like that because I don't, oh no, that is I'm sorry. I'm going to do I squared R like that. Literal equations for the tag. They want to know, solve for r, divide each side of the equation by I squared to isolate r. P over I squared equals I squared over r. Cancel, wait, I'm sorry, ri squared, because we're going to divide, there we go. Cancel the I squared on each side, and we get, I'm sorry, on the left side, or the right side, get r equal to p over I squared. I just moved the r over here because I like my variable that I'm solving for on the left side, so we just flip this around. And this is the final answer for your literal equations. Okay, let's jump around a bit and switch it up. You got the Kent Realty Company had an annual loss of 63,408. What was the average loss per month? So 1 year equals 12 months. Convert years to months. 63,408 divided by 12 equals, let's go check this math. If you got a calculator, you might beat me. 5284 per month. If we lose 63,408 in a year, there's 12 months in a year. We want to convert this to a monthly loss, and that is how we get it. So we just had a quotient, conversions. We're done. All right, let's jump back to algebra here. Since these are very popular, the sum of a and b added with the quotient of x and y. The sum of a and b is written as a plus b. The quotient of x and y is written as x over y. A quotient means you divide, if you didn't know that, and the sum means you add. Now we have this piece, and we have this piece, so we have to count with added with. The phrase added with means we add x over y to a plus b. A plus b plus x over y. And that's how that's done. That was an algebraic expression. So if you've never been on the stream before, I like to break out the pieces and then bunch them all back together for algebraic expressions. And that's how I'm able to knock these out quickly. So there's another one in the bag. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Difference between two positive numbers is 3, and the sum of their squares is 117. Okay, first thing we want to do when we see word problems like this with numbers is declare variables for each of the two numbers. I'm just going to pick x and y. Let the first variable be x. Let second variable be y. Okay. We're given two equations. Equation 1 is the difference between them is 3, right here. And the second is the sum of their squares, x squared plus y squared equals 117. So the square, by the way, means you raise a variable to the second power, if you did not know that. All right, so we've got two equations. We've got the difference here between the two numbers is 3. The sum of their squares is 117. How do we solve this? Well, the sum of their squares. Rewrite equation 1 in terms of x. So we've got, if I add y to each side by adding y to each side, so I've got x minus y plus y equals 3 plus y. If the y's cancel, I've got y plus 3, right? All I'm doing is just rearranging the equation. They're still the same equation, it's just rearranged. Why am I doing that? Because I want to get a variable in terms of another variable. Now what I can do, because I did that, is substitute equation 1 into equation 2 for x. If I pull this equation out here, I put it here, and then from equation 1 I know x is y plus 3, what we really have is this. So evaluate and simplify. We've got, if you've never done these terms before, this is basically FOIL method. So we've got y squared plus 3y plus 3y plus 9 plus y squared equals 117. Combine like terms. I have y squared and y squared, which means I got 2y squared. I've got 3y and 3y means 6y. And I've got 9 equals 117. Subtract 117 from each side. So I got this. I'll tell you why in a moment while I'm doing this. So we have 117 is 108. So we've got this. Let's just do this. Minus 108 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. So by now, if you haven't figured out what I'm trying to do, if you know about quadratic equations, you'll know that there's a formula to solve for them. I am on another screen on the Math Celebrity site to solve for this, to get the answers. And so I'm going to put a link. Actually, let's see if I can just copy all this. No, this is going to be tough. So let's see if you can't see the screen because I'm sharing one screen here. All right. I'm going to put a link to this, but the formula is actually here. Let me just do this. I'm just going to copy everything. We'll see how the format is at the end. Okay. All right, I'm coming back on screen here. This is a quadratic equation. Okay. So I've pasted in here the formula for the quadratic equation, and you may recognize this from your class, the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. We've got, this is 0. So a obviously is 2, b is 6, c is negative 108. What we're doing here is we're plugging in the numbers for this, and then we're going to solve the quadratic equation. 24 divided by 4. Let me fix the formats because the paste from my site is a little off. Here, 1 over denominator. And this is negative 36 divided by 4. And it's this. Okay, so our answers are 6 and negative 9. Once we go through all this quadratic math, 6 and negative 9. But the answer was the difference between two positive numbers. So what I'm getting from this is, since one of the solutions is not positive, this problem has no solution. And the problem asks for two positive numbers. This problem has no solution. So I'm going to just put quadratic equation. The key word here was two positive numbers. And so that's how we knew that this problem had no solution. So I'm going to save that and let's move on. Okay, this one comes in from grade school. So if you're at higher grades, now may be a good time to take a bathroom break or go get something to drink. But Kimberly has $98. Christine has $345. How much more does Kimberly have than Christine? Kimberly's excess equals Kimberly's money divided by Christine's money. Just call it excess because she has more. 98 minus 345. Gonna try and write. I'm going off camera here real quick. 94.55. So all this is 455 subtraction. When you hear how much more or excess, you're going to take the higher minus the lower. That's it. Do that every time. Actually, that's not substitution. Edit. Should be subtraction. There we go. Okay. All right, moving on. This is an age word problem. So we've got Nancy's 10 years less than 3 times her daughter's age. If Nancy's 41 years old, how old is her daughter? As we always do with these, we're going to declare some variables. Let Nancy's age be n. Let her daughter's age be d. We're given 2 equations. If you've been on the stream before, you're going to recognize the pattern, and it follows the same pattern every time. Age word problems, there's always 2 people involved. There's some age difference or excess, and then there's also a total or an older person. And what you're going to do is you declare the variables, and then you write up the equations. So Nancy's, if we take 3 times her daughter's age, minus 10, less means we subtract, right? 10 years less than 3 times her daughter's age. Nancy's age equals that. We're also told n equals 41. Nancy is 41 years old. Now, this one is beautiful because Nancy's age is already solved for. So we set 3d minus 10 equal to 41 and solve for d. So what I'm going to do is, I'm off camera here real quick. I'm going to paste in the math from the Math Celebrity site. There we go. Let you start reading how the solution works while I fix the formatting. So all we're doing is we're solving for D because Nancy's age is 41 and it's 3 times her daughter's age minus 10. So we set this equal to this because they're the same, solve for D. When we do that, we get the daughter's age of 17 years old. So I'll leave this on the screen for a few more seconds and let you look. This one was a little easier because they gave us Nancy's age, which was great. Okay. This one is a conversion. A dresser has a length of 24 inches. What is the length of the dresser in centimeters? So 24 inches. If you don't have your conversions down, 24 inches to centimeters, right? Okay, so let's figure that out. Centimeter. Here we go. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm just pasting in the conversion here. 1 centimeter, or I'm sorry, you take whatever inches you have and multiply by 2.54 to get centimeters. So we had 24 inches, and this is what we got. That's your conversion from inches to centimeters. Inches. That's that. Okay. Let's do this one next. A cell phone provider is offering an unlimited data plan for $70 per month or a 5 gigabyte plan for $55 per month. However, if you go over your 5 gigabyte of data in a month, you have to pay an extra $10 for each gigabyte. How many gigabytes would be used to make both plans cost the same? So let G be the number of gigabytes. The limited plan has a cost as follows. So the cost is C equals, what do we got here? $55 per month for anything up to 5, right? We're told, though, that they're going to go over gigabytes. So 55 is really a fixed cost. What we're going to have is we're going to have 10 times G minus 5. Anything over 5 plus 55 is the cost for the limited plan. So any gigabyte over 5, we subtract it to get the difference, multiply by the $10 penalty, and then we add the 55 that you get as the base rate for 5 gigabytes. We want to set the limited plan to the unlimited plan. And solve G. So we have, and actually let me just simplify this here because we can simplify this more. 10G minus 50 plus 55. C equals 10G plus 5. Okay. So 10G plus 5 equal to the $70 a month minimum. Going off screen here to solve for this, and we get 6.5. Let me copy this again. I missed this. Okay. All right. So the answer, I get the formatting straight, is G equals 6.5. So this is the number of gigabytes where the plans would be equal. Now, just to check that, if I plug in, let me just plug in here. Check our work. G plus 5 for G equal to 6.5. We got 10 times 6.5 plus 5, 65 plus 5, 70. So we indeed match the 70 to check our work, which is great. So the answer here is G equal to 6.5. We also had a cost function. Okay. Moving on. Got a couple left, just 2. That's good. Casey's 26 years old. Her daughter Chloe's 4 years old. How many years will Casey be double her daughter's age? Declare variables for each age. Let Casey's age be C. Let daughter's age be D. We're told that and you know what? Let N be the number of years from now where Casey will be double her daughter's age. So this time we got a third variable because we don't know how far in the future we want to find out. I'm going to call it N when Casey's will be double her daughter's age. We're told that Casey's 26 now. We add N years. We want to know when she's twice her daughter's age in N years. We don't know N. So twice means we multiply by 2. So in n years, when is Casey going to be twice her daughter's age? So we multiply through plus 2n. We got. So if I go in here, I'm going to go off screen real quick, plug this in, and solve for n. I get, and if you're doing it on your own, I'll wait for a moment. Okay, so here's the solution for Math Celebrity. I'm just going to clean up the formatting here. The answer is 18. 18 years. So let's check the work though, because first I'm going to bold this, but I want to check the work because these can be tricky. Check our work for n equal to 18. 6 plus 18. I'm going to do a question mark because we don't know if this is equal. 8 times 2 times 8 plus 2 times 18. 26 and 18 is 44. Question mark. 8 plus 36. 44 does equal 44. Outstanding. So we've checked our work and make sure we didn't make any stupid mistakes. The answer here is 18. So in 18 years, Casey is going to be twice her daughter's age. All right, last one for the day, and then time to relax. Paste this here. Good. Volleyball team and the wrestling team at Clarksville High School are having a joint car wash today, and they are splitting the revenues. The volleyball team gets $4 per car. In addition, they've already brought in 81 from past fundraisers. The wrestling team has raised 85 in the past. They're making $2 per car today. After washing a certain number of cars together, each team will have raised the same amount in total. What will the total be? How many cars will that take? Okay. Set up the revenue. We'll call it earnings. Earnings equation for the volleyball team. The volleyball team, earnings E equal to cars washed, where W is the number of cars washed. Declare that variable W. Cars washed. Price for cars washed. W plus past fundraisers. So they've already earned some money in the past, right? E equals to, okay, so we've got the volleyball team gets $4 a car. We've got W cars, plus the past fundraisers have already brought in $81. So that is their earnings. Now we want to do the same thing. The wrestling team. We're going to do the same exact process. Price per cars washed times W plus past fundraisers. Past fundraisers are 85. They get $2 per car. Now we have both the volleyball and wrestling team's earnings equation. Problem asks, they raised the same amount in total. If they raised the same amount in total, set both earnings equations equal to each other. So we take this, set it equal to this. Take the volleyball players, set it equal to the volleyball or wrestlers. And we want to solve for W. I'm going to go off camera here real quick into Math Celebrity, pound this problem in, and give you the answer with the step-by-step. Let's go back here. So you can see here, here's the equation we started. The Math Celebrity calculator will show you step-by-step how to solve it. Get W equal to 2, so that's our first answer. So 2 washes, because we're asked 2 questions. How many cars will that take? So I'm going to put this here. How many cars it will take. And the second question is, what will that total be? To get the total earnings, we take either the volleyball or wrestling team's earnings equation and plug in W equal to 2. So we'll just go pick one here, go up. We'll do the volleyball players. In fact, we can do both. Let's do the volleyball players just to make sure. E equal 4W, or 4, 2 plus 1. E equal to 8 plus 81. E equal to 89. You can do the same thing with the wrestling team, but the key here is this is the second answer. So they're going to need to wash 2 cars, and they're going to earn $89. And if we just do it here real quick, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 85 is 89. So both teams match. 2 cars, 89 total earnings. That's it. So this was simultaneous. We had cost function, and that's it. That's it for today's stream, friends. Thanks for watching.